Hey class, so what I'm going to show you right now really quickly is just how our Blackboard page functions. The first thing I want you to notice is the left-hand side, homepage, welcome, syllabus, announcements. Welcome is something that you probably don't want to pay too much attention to because it just has a welcome note that will probably disappear within the next few weeks. Homepage is something that is customizable. Uh, I'm not going to talk about that much either, just because that's something that is more for planning and can be utilized for all classes, not just this class. Syllabus is important. When you click on syllabus, no shock there, you get a link to the actual syllabus. I want you to notice for my computer when I click, it downloads into this folder right here, and I click on it. If you have a Windows, it might download into a specific folder. That kind of stuff I'm not really too familiar with in terms of like where it would go. And if you have any questions about that, you can ask me and we could try to figure it out together, or you can visit IT and they should be able to help you. Announcements is really important. Announcements is where you will see any updates on room changes, assignments that are pending. I usually use announcements for two reasons. The first, to remind you that we are going to hold class in lab, and two, to remind you that a specific assignment is due, especially if it's due the Monday after a long weekend or the Wednesday after a long weekend, because sometimes we can tend to forget. If you are not one to check announcements that often, that's okay, because what I do is I have those announcements forwarded to your email, which I know some of you will hate, but I think that's the best way to make sure important announcements reach all of you. Then we have weekly course material, which is, I think, the most important part. I want you to just see the way that it's situated. It's situated by weeks, not by class days, but by weeks. I originally had it by class periods, meaning it would say week 1, day 1, week 1, day 2. That got way too complicated. In fact, you guys might tell me that this is way too complicated. I think it's good enough, but we'll see. So week 1, you'll see I've given a sort of a title, right? We're reviewing the syllabus and we're going to talk about 4 different types of writing. So you'll see here, this is an overview. Then if you click on next, notice you can click on next here or you can click on next here. Once you've gone through, and I have obviously, once you've gone through the weekly course material, all of this becomes blue, so that if you wanted to go to a specific part, for example, I want to go to the syllabus, I can just skip over some stuff and it immediately will download it into my download folder. But if I haven't gone through all of these already, then I will be forced to click through and see everything. So the PowerPoint has downloaded, the things you should know by now document has downloaded, the Blackboard video will appear and you can press play to watch it. This video that we are going to be watching in class will appear, and again you can click on watch video. So for the most part, it's very user friendly, and I just want you to be aware, extra readings, if you are interested, I tried to make it as clear as possible that these are things that are not required. However, when you're doing your papers, especially your research paper, and you're really in need of extra readings or just additional support, these folders can sometimes be helpful, especially if you're writing those papers. I mean, I wouldn't advocate for this, but when you are writing those papers last minute. Okay, and then I want you to see assignments. Now, assignments is where you're going to upload all of your assignments. You'll see for summary assignment, you are summarizing a Vice News video. So you'll see here the different Vice News videos that you could choose from, but you'll also see the rubric. This is something that you also want to click onto and review, just to make sure that your assignment is adhering to the rubric guidelines. I had to divide it into 2 sections just because having 5 videos in one just looked really weird. It's the same assignment though, so all right. Then we have the analysis assignment, integration of quote, evaluation paragraph, lit review, etc., etc. One thing I want you to notice is if, for example, I click on literature review, it lets me know how many points this assignment is worth, and it lets me know when it's due. Yes, that's not a mistake. It is due by 11:59 p.m. I give you those extra couple of hours because what was happening is a lot of students were not showing up to class the day something was due because they would rather work on it. And instead of doing that, I would like you to come to class and then work on your assignment after class because you have the extra hours. Discussions is something we'll also get to maybe later, a little later on in the semester. You'll see here, these are different class exercises we're going to do, and when you're responding, you're going to post them in these discussion board forums. Helpful materials is, like it says, helpful materials. I understand a lot of you are in other classes doing other citation styles, so this is really just quick guides to MLA, APA, and Chicago style. Hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me.